Overlord Zone here, going to be continue the playthrough of Tales of Arise. I'm actually trying a different approach with the wired controller this time. There was actually a quest I'm trying to clear in this castle. I can go directly to where it's at.
Oh, quick grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. But
it's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Okay, we just gotta go straight. I'm just trying out all the controls just because I don't normally use this controller. This is a Volron soldier.
very well.
Alright, you clear. You can leave.
Well,
Somehow I'm both surprised and not surprised to see them here.
Hey,
So you're the guy hoarding all the rations?
pardon me.
What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? I'll only say it one more time. Get back to your position. Well, isn't this guy a deal? Any slave who disobeys orders must be put to death. So says Lord Volron. Alright, now we get to actually test the controller out.
Do these guys not realize who we are? Doesn't seem that way. I must think we're just Renans from the town.
Whatever's going on, these are full-run soldiers. Watch yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna have to change this one. This one has the controls. This one has the controls the way they were before. I have to fix the bindings.
That's my cue.
I should have checked that. That's my fault.
In a bind?
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Well done.
Got him. I'll mess with the controller settings in a sec. So it wasn't a Danon stockpiling the rations. There was some Volron soldier hiding out inside his castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether to be relieved or freak out about it. What are you guys trying to accomplish? Are you out trying to get vengeance for Volron? What's going on here? Something weird about all this. Are you men aware that Volron is no longer around?
You don't say.
These soldiers seem to think only of the orders they were given to them. Their minds are completely blank otherwise, just like the Danons do. Looking back on it, I did feel like these soldiers we fought here before were mindless. If that's true, then they haven't been hiding out here. They've just been going out their business as usual. Guess so, everyone here was Volron's slave, both Danon and Renan alike. That's the kind of realm he was running.
Well,
But that doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose with these guys when Volron was gone like we've seen elsewhere. A month has passed and Volron vanished. It's entirely possible that things may have been maybe starting to crumble at the fringe. But the fact that they haven't to any degree has allowed these soldiers to carry on as though it were business as usual. Whatever the reason, we can't just let these guys keep walking around. We should bring them into the barracks for the time being. I agree, but I don't know if they're going to come quietly. Listen to me carefully, men. I am Lord Dohalim Elkaris. I have an order for you. Lord Dohalim, but sir, we serve.
well,
Lord Volron has left this realm and is no longer its ruler. Therefore, in accordance with Renan law, you all must pledge your allegiance to me. So you expect us to serve you now, my lord? If you respect the Renan rule of law, then yes, that's precisely correct. Of course we shall follow your order, Lord Dohling. Holy crap, I can't believe that worked.
So then,
That should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men into the barracks and then speak with the Gaines. Gagne? Once more. Before we do all that,
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
Actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy, not me personally.
well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what counts.
let's see. Assuming it's this one. Mostly care about battle. Two. Why can be R1? Oh, I need a jump button and a normal attack button. In that case, normal attack. Jump. Or evade. It's gonna be either or. I'm gonna try it like this. Did it save? Oh my goodness, I don't know if I saved that key bindings. Yeah, saved, okay. Now where do you go? Oh, why don't I just do that, actually? Looks like I have one more quest, though. Let's do that quest.
You finally made it.
There's still an owl around here.
Your friends, Hoodle?
What's right there?
Oh. Ooh.
How many do I have? 28? Wow.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Isn't that the food guy?
Oh?
You again. I wonder what today's recipe will be.
What?
You're getting ahead of yourself, young miss. Come on, Gordaniel. We all know where this is heading. You have me there indeed. I've come across an incredible recipe buried deep in the bowels of the Pelegion's mighty fortress. Whatever it is, I don't think it'll ever satisfy your apparently insatiable hunger to hunt for recipes in places like that. Well, as it so happens, I met a sailor back in Mahasad. He let me borrow a boat and then I was here before I knew it. You rode that boat all the way here? That's right, but more importantly, what I found in that castle was a forbidden recipe sealed away since ancient times.
What?
Forbidden, you say? What reason could anyone have for locking it away for all these years? I haven't the faintest idea, but that's why we must make it so we can find out. And so I ask you all together, me the ingredients once more. However, being such an old recipe, its directions are written rather obtusely. It's calling for something white, soft, fluffy, stimulating powder. Neither swine nor hare meat. And finally, also something white, soft, and fluffy. Why does it ask for it that twice? My guess is that one of them simply referred to the rice. Or maybe a recipe calling for double the normal amount of rice sounds okay to me. I don't think they'd write it like that if that were the case. I'm pretty sure all of these ingredients can be found in Gannis Harrows, so can I count on you to go fetch them? I think we already have things written in the recipe. Yes, I see rice here, spices, rat pig meat, and if that other white, soft, and fluffy thing. Yes, it's called tofu. Apparently you can make it by taking liquid from soybean and solidifying it. Oh, fascinating. Can't wait to see how it tastes. I know, I'm really curious. I had a lot of trouble bringing this stuff back without Shion stealing it and eating it. Whoa, here in the recipe, look at the face shield making him crazy. Mabo curry, so we can find out why it was forbidden. Right, we'll get right on.
Just a minute.
Hold your horses, Alpha. I'll decide how much spice we put in it. If we let you decide, it'll tear a hole through our stomach. Fine. Alright, it's all done. I made sure to give Shion an extra large serving. Looks all at the beautiful dish. It smells just as divine too. Now to see how it tastes.
What? Yes. Great.
So basically you really like it, is what I'm getting here. Great. Then let's also go on. You're already eating, huh, Shion? Delicious. I love how the different spices complement each other, and this soft, mild tofu gives it a nice texture. Don't you think this tastes great too, Alpha?
No way.
Oh no, this is bad. Bad, I thought you liked spicy food. This is really bad. Forgive me, Shion.
Hey,
Huh.
How amazing. Yes.
Got all weird.
Hey,
Okay.
what? Very nice.
So is that done? No more foodie guy?
Alvin, Shion's stuffing bread with mabo curry.
now I can eat this every day.
Jeez, you're hooked on that stuff.
Well, now where to though? Oh, it's just like directly where we fast travel.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Harros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die. Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Gaia.
Now my little dog is barking.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen, but treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegus aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, There's a lot of bad blood between the Renans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Which makes sense. Oh, I should have done with BG.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
What other quest is there though? Oh, another quest popped up. Well, before I do that, actually, is there a way to? Yeah, I could fast travel to the locations. Oh, never mind. It looks like they're locked off. We'll just continue as is.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Harros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Internal conflict. Alright, let's see what's up over here. Hey, what the hell happened to him? He's no longer with us. He always looked like he was struggling with his health, but still, he was so close to finally living like a normal human being too. Damn. Does he have any living relatives? Just his mom. I think she lives in that area over there. Got it. I'll break the news to her.
Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Well, it's level 2, so literally, let's just go up the elevator. Don't need a fast travel for everything, I guess. As long as I know where it's at.
Sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have some bad news. It's your son. It's okay, I know. You do? Then what are you doing? I have work that must be done today since my son can no longer work. It's like this here too, huh? Forget about your work, or better yet, think of tending to your son as your task for today. Very well, I'll get to work. So she's still in that mindset.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
I That's a little concerning. There's Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Oh no, I went up this elevator rather than down. There's an inn right there. Let's use the inn real quick. Just to restock on the CP.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
I would like to try this.
That came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised. After mastering countless recipes and gathering enough ingredients to last a lifetime, I finally cooked my greatest, grandest masterpiece. Mabo Curry! This is a specially made, one-of-a-kind batch. It contains only the best combination of spices, chosen after a lot of trial and error.
Your...
Spices.
Oh yeah, none of them can really handle spices like that.
I'll have some later after everyone else. I'm not that hungry right now.
You sure?
It does smell pretty tasty now that you mention it.
The heat from the spices is intense, but not persistent, so it's easy to go back for seconds.
You're making a good case for your curry, Alphen. What the hell? Serve me up!
Oh wow, this is actually good.
To be honest, I'm a little scared how my stomach will handle all these spices later. But they really do bring out the flavor.
Indeed. The spiciness has been so finely tuned. Why, I dare say you've made true art, Alphen.
Right? I knew you guys would like it.
Like it? I love it! This is delicious, man!
Law, really? Don't talk with your mouth full.
There's plenty for everyone, so eat as much as you like.
That was a little mini cutscene. Okay. Where did she go? Oh, right there. I see the... Well, you know what? Well, you know what? Screw it. It's not that big a deal. This is a quicker way.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I don't know what my items are looking like right now, though. My items are pretty good. We're fine.
Yes.
And I'll get started. Bring me some fire.
What?
Wait, you intend to burn your child? That's right. That's how you do it. I don't understand. Wouldn't it be more formal? Funeral procession be more appropriate? I'm sorry. Have I done something wrong? Tell me, do you have no custom where relatives of the deceased may say their final farewells? Not really. How could we have on Dana? Up until recently, our people were too busy toiling away to think of burial rites. Among Renans, it's customary for relatives to send the remains out into the heavens. Why not introduce such a practice to Dana? We believe that in doing so, the deceased spirit shall join the flow of astral energy that travels the cosmos. We could never do something like that. It's the last chance for the bereaved to see their loved ones. Surely something should be done to honor their memory. But death is a part of everyday living for us, Renans. You really think we're going to ship bodies into space somehow every single day? I simply felt that something more ought to be done. When the Renans still ruled over us, we didn't even know if it was safe to build gravesites. A body of decomposed, it can spread diseases. We didn't have any other choice in how we could bury our people. Rinwa, don't think for a second I've forgiven everything that the Renans did to us. Tell me often, do you know why none of us have last names like them? Let me tell you why. It's because we outnumbered them, and they denied us our culture to stop us from uniting against them. Enough. Your people steal so much from us, and as it is, and on top of that, you have the gall to try and make us live like you too. Damn. If you hate it so much, why don't you just turn them all hollow? That's enough. No more. Lanigan can strike at any time, and here we are fighting amongst ourselves. We're all well aware of the suffering and hatred we each harbor, but if we're going to coexist, we have to recognize each other's differences. That's what we're all working together to achieve, to bring an end to the whole system and begin to live together side by side. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm here. If you think differently, then be my guest and leave. I'll break down every land barrier, even if I had to do it alone. Indeed. I sincerely apologize. I consider you a true friend, but it would appear I have yet reckoned with our people's dark history in earnest.
I'm afraid not.
No, I completely accept the blame in all this. Where can I express how very sorry I am for clearly offending you so deeply?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for lashing out at you as hard as I did to Holim. I guess I'm still working through a lot of emotions. I know you were only thinking of what was best for her son too. Rinwell, I'd like to teach you about the culture and history of this planet. Perhaps that will help us begin to bridge the gap.
Huh?
Sure, I don't mind. Could you maybe teach me about Rena too? Then please. You two are more alike than you realize sometimes. I'm glad we were able to patch things up. We've lost enough good people along the way as it is. Sorry for the distraction. Let's lay your son to rest. We'll do it in the Danon way.
Good.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for granting me that task. Don't mention it. It's the least we could do for you as his mom. Well, because of all you, my son is at peace now.
Right.
Rest assured, we intend to build a future for his world, for this world, so that would make him proud.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it, you knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
Got a cutscene.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, Law.
You're welcome?
Alright, and now I do want to test the controls now that I changed it. Let's do this real quick.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Not a chance. Rising Wyvern! My turn. Rising Wyvern!
Pretty good.
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Really? How much are they worth now? Oh, rat pig meat is actually worth more than horse. In that case, I'll just start putting them. Manage them. Let's do a fattening one. Do 2 fattening ones and the rest will be miracles. And we'll just keep saving up. I think this is for Law. I like that one. I like that one too.
Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined Law would have a knack for husbandry.
Makes sense since they're on the same wavelength.
You're making me blush over here.
Law, maybe you should consider what that statement actually means.
Oh, now we go to the inn.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganatheros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
Alright, so we'll rest.
What?
Our thorns are acting up.
What's that noise?
Helping, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Lenegus? They have a laser? No, those ain't lasers. gathering astral energy? Are they siphoning the energy of the planet?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? That...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone
I didn't see her at all.
who she was.
Did I just not see her?
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif too.
I remember seeing that.
You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelegion.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renan top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganeth Harros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
I bet the whole of Dana's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, It's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
Who would have such information, though? When that thing dropped out of Lenigan, the sound, oh my, I thought the mountains were collapsing. Trying to find a way out of the other realms. Can't say I've ever heard about anything. Maybe her? You're trying to get to the other realms without a sturdy boat. There isn't much you can. Wait, I take that back. I remember one of the elders who recently started talking about a little mentioned something. Apparently, back in the day, there used to be a way to get through Fordland Mountain, but not anymore. What could it have been?
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Yeah, this is the right way though, so let's go this way.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
The
You guys
deaths.
want to rest here?
I don't know if that's gonna be a big fight, so I better not waste my CP needlessly. Oh wait, no, it won't matter. Oh, or will it? I actually don't. Yeah, no, it shouldn't matter. But it'll be fine. Okay, yeah.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Go that way. There really a path this way?
Armored soldiers!
There's a cave.
Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Shut him down! Say no more!
I'm gonna have to switch the jump and the evade button. I think I got them backwards.
Say no more!
I missed them.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
Something is clearly wrong.
I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out. Like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure, filled with memories.
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
Now let's fix that. Can't believe I got them backwards. At least for this controller, that should be set.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danon master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danon master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danon techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop
Is that
worrying about
is that really how the saying goes? I didn't know that was how that saying went. Every cloud has its silver lining. I mean, it's true. Fordland Mountains.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. We'll continue this in the next video. As always, thanks for watching.